Hello everyone and welcome to this episode of Why Behavior Matters. This is the third video in the four-part series of ADHD. I hope you were able to watch video number 2, and if you did, I hope you enjoyed the homework assignment. You might be wondering, why did I even ask you to do it? Well, for one, I wanted you to have fun with the person in your life that you may think has ADHD or ADHD-like symptoms. And also, I wanted you to understand that behavior can change just with manipulating a few things in someone's day. But I tell you, my biggest motivation behind that assignment was just simply to let you know and to remind us all we need to do is embrace people. It is behavior that we aim to fix and change, not people. This video, I really want to focus on scaling up. You know, sometimes I get a question, or mostly this time, for this particular question that I'm about to reveal, people don't ask it, but it's what they really want to know. I can tell in their body language, they want to know, should I get an evaluation? Well, today we're going to talk about that. When do you scale up? But before we do that, I want to share with you my scale up story. You know, I'm a former teacher, and you probably noticed. And so when my son was having difficulties in school, it bruised my ego for sure. When I heard those teachers talking about my son, that he wasn't grasping the math and he wasn't grasping the reading, having difficulties with writing, and then on top of it, they explained that he was having behavioral challenges, I took it so personal. How could my son have this problem? I went home, I remember laying down on the bed, and the tears were just falling. And then a moment happened that I will never forget. It is the very motivation for me being here today doing this video. My son knelt down next to the bed. He looked at me, he said, "Mom, stop crying." He said, "I don't care what those people say about me. There is nothing wrong with me, and I'm going to be all right." When I saw the confidence in my 12-year-old son to tell me that he was fine and everything was going to be all right, I believed him. But one thing I understood, I didn't need to fix him, but I did need to work on the issues, the challenges, the problem that was happening. So I sat him down, we talked, and he confided in me that indeed he was feeling frustrated in school, that he was trying, but it just wasn't working for him. So my answer to your question, if you have that question, should you go get an evaluation? Yes. And the reason why is because when ADHD is left undiagnosed or untreated, it can really affect relationships. People don't want you around. Perhaps they don't want to babysit your child. This is a problem, and you need to get an evaluation. Just like my son, you know, you can run into issues with school or work. And what people don't understand is people with ADHD actually work very hard. And sometimes they accomplish little, even though they put in so much effort, because they have difficulties with organization. It is time to scale up. If you see that trait in a person you know that has ADHD-like symptoms, don't diagnose them. Make sure they're evaluated. And again, it can also lead to problems of mental health. I also want to now take the time to scale up on our vocabulary. You know, I use this very metaphorical definition. Excuse me. Let's go back one. Here we go. And it was just really to help you understand. You don't need to cringe when someone says that a person you know has ADHD. It's nothing to cringe about. And so, but I want to leave this metaphorical definition behind. It's one that I embrace, but I also stand by this definition put out by the CDC, Centers for Disease Control and Protection. It states that ADHD is one of the most common neurodevelopmental disorders of childhood. It is usually first diagnosed in childhood and often lasts into adulthood. Now, I know this word throws a lot of people off. Let's just put that on hold for a minute and focus on this one. ADHD, yes, comes with some neurological effects, and we can't downplay them. So that is the reason why an evaluation is so needed, to understand just if the person you know has ADHD. It might even be some other issue, but if they do have it, how much is it affecting them neurologically? And that can only be detected by professional doctors. I am not a doctor. I do not advise of treatment. That is for your pediatrician. You want to talk to your guidance counselors, and we can talk more about the steps to take for evaluation. But meanwhile, this is the assignment I want to give you for this week. Please go check out this website, understood.org. It is very helpful and user-friendly. I love it because it has a lot of white space, so the pages are not crowded. They provide videos which are very short. The definitions they provide are very short and clear. So what I'd like for you to do is go to that website, see the header, and then click on this first link right here. And it will lay out information for you. Not overwhelmingly. I hope it won't be overwhelming, but just easy to access and to give you a good, solid background, or at least the initial background on how to understand ADHD. And then the second website I would like to recommend that you visit is cdc.gov. They have an excellent page on the basic information for ADHD. Read that entire page. And what I love about the CDC page is there's a link, a treatment link, and it provides the options. It tells you what to expect when you go to the doctors and get the evaluation. It also lets you know the treatment options, because the treatment options for an adult are not the same as for a child, as well as the treatment options for teens are not the same as they would be for a child. So please do that. It's very important. Now is the time to scale up. If you could relate to any of those check marks: relationship, school, work, mental health, or safety, please, it's time to scale up and get an evaluation. I have a favor to ask of you. I would like for you to share this video, simply because there may be someone else out there and it's time for them to scale up. And I would like for you to pass this on so that they too will feel comfort in knowing and having the information to scale up. If you have any questions, please list them below. And for the last video number 4, I want to answer your questions as best as I can. Remember, why behavior matters. It's because everything we think, we say, we do is a matter of behavior. I look forward to seeing you next week. Bye.